Okay, introduce yourself, David.
David Kleinek. I work on chestnuts for the New Zealand Chestnut Council. Out here at Gordonton where we're running our machinery for the first processing day of the year.
Right, we're going to look over your shoulder, so pick up a few items and just talk us through in your hand so you can see them nice and close, and tell me what we've got in the line-up here.
Well, some of these are just general products that are available in the shops, and some of the specialty European food shops. You can get a lot of chestnut spreads and purees imported from Europe, whole nuts peeled in tins. These are vacuum packed whole peeled chestnuts, and various specialty items like chestnut cakes and biscuits that are traditional through a lot of Europe. Some of those we're trying to make in New Zealand more now. These are from a company in Tauranga that's making a whole range of nut butters, Brazil nuts, sesame seed, every nut you can think of, a bit like peanut butter. Don't get confused with water chestnuts, which some people do. They're a completely different species altogether. Nothing to do with the Castania chestnut that we're dealing with in New Zealand. Some of the other nut products we've got here, hazelnut spread, walnut spread. So we're hoping to have a chestnut spread along similar lines at some point. Likewise, macadamia meal, walnut meal. Some of the products we're experimenting with that involve chestnuts now as well. If you go to the Asian shops, you can usually find a whole lot of chestnut products, usually imported roast chilled chestnuts ready to eat. Occasionally you can find chestnut biscuits or specialty items like confectionery bars, or this is a wrapper for a Korean chestnut ice cream. We're trying to make more of the products like that in New Zealand. What's shown here is a range of...
Yeah, bring them over, show them up nice and close.
A range of chestnut beers, some of which have been made in New Zealand in the past, some of which are now available in New Zealand. This one here is gluten-free. This one here is a honey and chestnut flavoured beer. One of the problems for all chestnuts is shelling and peeling of them is always difficult. In the past it used to have to be done by hand with implements like that, or in more recent years slightly flasher versions. We've been trying to develop machinery in New Zealand that'll do the same job just as well or better.
Now over here we've got some flowers and stuff. That's quite interesting. Go through this please, David.
These are some of the things we've been experimenting with.
Yeah, pick them up
in
and
New
bring
Zealand.
them up to the camera lens. David.
These are a couple that have made it into the shops. Variations on paleo crackers containing chestnuts. They in turn are based on as ingredients either New Zealand freeze-dried chestnut flour, or a new product in New Zealand or in the world, a chestnut crumb, which can be dried and ground into a wholemeal chestnut flour rather than a white flour.
So we'll do some promotion. We had Jeanette Fitzsimons over today, some of her nuts with her woofers, and which is her product? Is this the one in the plastic bag? Just lift it up and we'll...
So it's an old one, it's in a bag because it's been leaking a bit, but she brings her crop in here, we crumb it, she takes away to dry it, grinds it into flour and sells it quite successfully like that.
Now it's gluten-free. That seems to be an organic gluten-free product.
That's the main selling point with chestnuts. It is gluten-free, no fat or oil, very high vitamins, very healthy nutritionally, and you can use it in all the bakery applications. Again, another grade of New Zealand made flour that's available in the shops, but still relatively rare in New Zealand. Having said, we've been trying to mechanise a lot of the processes. Those are some shelled dried nuts produced in the South Island. The waste from a lot of the mechanised processing, either of the shelled nuts or the crumb, looks like that. That's the sort of thing we use, have used in the past for animal stock food health supplement very successfully. We're also now focusing in on some of the specific extracts and chemicals in some of the parts of the chestnut, not necessarily the bits you eat, that also have medicinal value, especially with regard to diabetes, obesity, appetite control.
No, that's good. Thank you for that, David. Anything else you'd like to say to the camera since we're updating the old digital side of what you're up to?
Buy more chestnuts.
Okay, thank you.